Welcome to KryptoGeneX.
Now, who's
All
speaking?
right, welcome everybody. Well, I'm going to go ahead and introduce you, Mark.
Okay.
All right, everybody, welcome to our special Saturday afternoon KryptoGeneX Saturday afternoon training. My name is Brandon Ivey from Los Angeles, California. Thank you for taking time out of your schedule for being here. This is very exciting times. We are now entering our 9th week of pre-launch for KryptoGeneX. As a heads up, we are in over 82 countries. I think we might have passed over 3,000 members so far already. We had a very, very successful Bitcoin boot camp in Chicago last weekend. So if you guys did not see any of the live feeds, you will start to see, I think Rob Harris has a lot of different recordings of the different speakers. He just released the other day, Dave Smith, CEO of Green, that has given everybody the opportunity to see a full presentation of GreenX, the mining machine, directly from the CEO himself. I know people were asking me to do a presentation, but I can't do it better than the CEO. So take full advantage of using that video for your own knowledge about what Green's all about and to share with your team members. We are now halfway through June. So we still have 15 more days left of having a very productive time. And the reason why we're having this special Saturday training is because the company has, if you didn't hear it 2 weeks ago, has put a lot of work into putting a system together that is going to help you build your business and duplicate yourself so that you can earn true income and create leaders outside of you. The whole point is that you're able to walk away, step away, and your income keeps coming in. But that's not going to happen if you're the one that's doing all the work. The whole focal point is on you. And you have many different leaders out there with their own little systems, their own little programs. You're not going to have consensus with this, and the company's not going to be able to grow as one. So we have brought on board a professional. And saying that he's a professional is an understatement. You know, this is a gentleman that is a 7-figure earner that has had multiple success over the past few decades, creating systems that have taken companies from zero to the stratosphere in a short period of time, and is proven and documented. In fact, he's one of the original mentors of one of our co-founders that helped him become a millionaire within his 20s. So we are very privileged and we're lucky to have him on board with us and to create this system that you're going to hear about. You all should have gotten an email and have access to the system as well to start delving into it. So without further ado, I'd like to bring up Mr. Mark Januszewski. So Mark, the floor is all yours.
Oh, thanks, man. I really appreciate it, Brendan. It's great to be here. Let me see if I can get my screen here. Okay. You guys can see my screen, yes? Yes.
Yes, you're all clear.
Great. Okay. So I'm going to make a couple of bold statements today and, take them to heart. Give me a call. Let's work it out if you have a challenge with it. One of the biggest problems in network marketing is ego, and ego and love of what you're doing, okay? And the combination of those two things will cripple anybody's business. You've got to surrender to a singular system. Duplication without standardization is a fairy tale. It's just ridiculous. You end up with divisions among leaders always leads to divisions among teams, and often right in the same house. The wife wants to do it Frankie's way and the husband wants to do it Johnny's way. And when the downline talks to them, they're hearing two things even out of the same household. It's sheer lunacy. That's covered in a couple of trainings we have. So I'm going to spend a lot of time on that. What I want to talk about, because winners are on this call, it's really that simple. What do winners do? So we have here a K-Chise where we've taken the best of network marketing, the best of franchising, and eliminated the negatives in both. Okay, because it's really all about leverage. I never met a leader that didn't fight this idea. And every time I met them, they were working 10, 15 hours a day, 7 days a week, 3-4 years into a deal. That couldn't be further from the point of the business. And sometimes because we work hard, we lose track of what we're really trying to create, which is leverage. You know, Brandon's 3 things that instantly had us both identifying one another as twins separated at birth are personal development, leadership, and skills. So let's talk a little bit about this, little housekeeping. It's one team with one dream. Now, there's a lot of flexibility in here, but you guys are really going to determine, and gals are going to determine the success both of yourself and of your team. And it's either on to the next hot thing 2 years from now, or you're done here. You're done. And you cash big checks and keep cashing them, and you have the time. And it begins with one team with one dream. There's not 18 different teams, you know, Team Triad and Team Dream Makers and Team Miracle Makers and Team Crypto Joe and Team, that just confuses people, okay? So one team with one dream. The team is the key team members. And what is a team really? Well, it's everybody working out of the same playbook for the same objective. And if we do that together, then of course, everybody here, Tavin and Gerald and Wayne, you all got involved in this business for the hope of a different outcome in your life. And I understand that. But by maximizing the potential of the team, the individual goals come true. It's just the way it is. This is a massive advantage. And I'm telling you, you may not know this now. There is no question about it. I saw Michael do it in 2005 and 6. And he got it and he crushed it. This is how you get good network marketing experienced people to drag entire lines into your group. Why? Because people that are not 100% ego driven get it that every place they've been, there's been confusion in the field. And the one thing, even though we don't know each other yet, that we can all agree on is confused people don't commit, period. So you have better than 90% of your people not committing. That's 90% of your paycheck you just threw away. So let's not do that here. Let's leverage this advantage, okay? Little housekeeping. You have the K-Chis. Our system is the Simple Six. It's right out of the Success System That Never Fails by W. Clement Stone, who made Napoleon Hill rich and famous and built the largest, most successful sales force in history. And anybody that tells you that we don't sell in network marketing, get away from them, because we do sell. We're making some very tough sales. We're selling people that the American dream is alive. We're selling people on the idea that there's a legitimate company in the network marketing industry that will actually help them. We're selling them on themselves, and we're selling them, and you're selling them on you. Those are 4 big sales. Let's learn how to make them. So it's the Simple Six. Go 90 Grow, which is included in the training that you guys have here, available free, okay, are the skills to accelerate the mastering of the Simple Six. And the Core 5, this, my price tag on this is $974. The Core 5, okay, has made this available to you guys for free. It's really that simple, okay? You should be in. You can go to kchis.net. If you haven't got a notification because of spam filters and all that, you can go to kchis.net and hit lost password, put in the email that you registered for KryptoGeneX with, and it'll tell you what to do. You know, send you your new credentials, okay? And by the way, when you get in there, please watch the short intro video. People are asking us all the time, where is this, where is that? It's all explained in there because there's some tabs that are buried so it works on your cell phone. Okay, so certain things. I'm a big, like Brendan, personal development, and I don't fool around with the pop stuff like The Secret and all that nonsense that's made to sell. Work with people like Stone, Hill, Wallace Wattles, Charles Hannell. And it's really interesting. It's not that winners do certain things, it's that they do things in a certain way. And Mike wanted to know that certain way. What's the difference between the $5,000 a month earner that's putting in 8-10 hours a day and the $50,000 earners like myself and my wife that put in 12 hours a week? Well, the successful rep simply does the things, whether they feel like it or not, that the unsuccessful rep makes a conscious decision not to do. In other words, they do things in a certain way. And the way that we do this is the simple six. And here is the simple six. 1, 2, and 3 is straight out of Think and Grow Rich. I was trained by W. Clement Stone. You're looking at a dinosaur. There's not many of us left. Okay, again, largest sales force in history, and you would never know Napoleon Hill and Think and Grow Rich if it wasn't for W. Clement Stone. Now, we have inside the whole training module. Think and Grow Rich is there, including reward webcasts. Think and Grow Rich is not a book. It is an exercise, and we'll actually run a Think and Grow Rich challenge, and I'll bring you through it the right way, okay? Which is finding some of your potential. This is how much intelligence you need to make it in network marketing, okay? This is how much intelligence the average person has. This is how much intelligence the average person operates on. So we'll bring you past that. It's pretty cool. And then the skills are recruiting, retail, and follow up and follow through. Big difference between the two. If you grow personally, I'm telling you point blank, in 30 years of doing this, I have never seen this fail. A person's check is predetermined before they sign on the dotted line what they're going to make, period. $100 a month, $6,000 a month. It is preset. There's actually a blueprint inside the subconscious mind where it's preset. So as you grow personally, people notice, and this makes you a leader. As you master the skills, you grow in the business, and this makes you a leader. So don't worry about leadership and being with a mic. Grow personally, master the skills, and it automatically makes you a leader, and they're going to want to know, your downline's going to want to know, how are you getting all this done in 12 hours a week? Okay, so what is the certain way? Well, in part 3 of the Simple Six, I wanted to touch on 2 quick things for you today. Part 3 is a written plan of action. Failing to plan is planning to fail, which is interesting if you like Zen thought, because if you've ever wanted anything and you don't have a specific written plan of action, you have planned to fail, which means in a way you succeeded at failing. Okay, so failing to plan is planning to fail. First thing you need to determine, each and every one of you, I ask network marketers all the time, and I'm going to ask 75 of them tomorrow morning, and they'll all give me some kind of fudgy answer. How many hours a week are you putting in a business? Any business that doesn't take inventory is out of business within 6 to 12 months. The inventory of a network marketer is, what did you do with your time? And if you don't know how many hours you're putting in, you are planning to fail. Okay, so you want to determine, come hell or high water, typhoons, earthquakes, volcanoes, anything, how many hours is, what are you putting into this business? I'm going to operate on a 10-hour work week just for easy math for you. So you have to know how many hours you're putting in, and you have to be able to extract this from people that you want to help. 8 to 10 is someone that's going to go out of business. 8 no matter what, 12 no matter what, whatever it is. If they do extra, great. Okay. So what's the minimum, all right, that they're going to put in? You then take 80% of that and you schedule in writing the main thing, which is recruiting. The main thing is to keep the main thing, because it's the main thing. And the main thing is talking to people about KryptoGeneX that are not in KryptoGeneX. All the other stuff, checking volume, the price of Bitcoin, your email, community pages and blogging won't make you 10 cents. First things first, the main thing is to keep the main thing. This is the certain way for winners. So in a 10-hour work week, 80% or 8 hours is on the main thing. Recruiting people means talking to people that are not in the business about the business for yourself or your teammates, okay? There's 2 rules. This is what separates the $5,000 earner that's frustrated and always looking for another deal or a secret or buying some garbage magic system online, okay? 2 rules they always follow. The difference between knowing what to do, Larry, and doing it is whether or not you schedule it, period. And I'm going to ask every one of these people to open their appointment book. And I know 2 people will have it filled in that are here, and they're both making more than $30,000 a month. The other 73 people that are here for this event, they won't have it written down. And that's my job to help them. Okay. Second rule, if it isn't written, it isn't true. These things are great for reminders. There is something about writing it in Tavin. There's something about writing it, Wayne, that makes all the difference in the world. Go to 7-Eleven, go to Walmart or whatever, and buy you don't need any $200 Franklin planner, but something that shows you each day, and you schedule that time. What will a winner do next? I go into great detail about this in section 101 inside your KCHI system, okay? Particularly video 5, which is called OATS. OATS is, Larry, what are your objectives for the week? What A is, what actions do you need to take to manifest those objectives, right? T is, how much time is it going to take you? And S, guess what? Schedule it. Mike worked OATS every single Friday with me. He put it in writing. The difference between knowing what to do and doing it is whether or not you schedule it. And folks, if it's not in writing, it simply isn't true. The other thing is our business is tax deductible, and you have to show intent to make a profit and a written schedule, because I've been audited twice, because that's the kind of money we make. I've been audited twice, and I'm telling you, I pull that out, and this is what I did Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Wednesday. Okay. Secondly, even more valuable for you, Gerald, is this. Okay. Here's what's going to happen. When someone comes to you and you're downline and they're frustrated, you can open your book and say, open your book, and you can show them what you did. How many hours are you working? Well, maybe you're working 20 a week. He's going to work 10. So he would copy half of your plan, because that's what winners do. And Mike's book and my book look virtually identical, except for the hours we had scheduled the main thing. And I know what happens. People get in the training and they say, oh, I mean, it's so wonderful. We really appreciate it. How come nobody taught me this before? This is so simple. I'm getting yeses. It's amazing. It's incredible. That's how it was for Mike too. But that's not what winners do. The certain way is winners won't hide inside this training. Okay? They don't make the perfect the enemy of the good. There's 7 billion people on the planet. They are all pre-sold on your business. And I'm going to try to prove that to you if we can open one line in a second. But anyway, they don't make the perfect situation. I got to learn all this stuff before I talk to people. No, you don't. There's 7 billion people on the planet, and every single one of them is pre-sold on your business. And I'll prove that to you. And they're going to make the decision to join your business in the first 30 to 60 seconds that you talk to them. Okay? That's what Michael learned and Michael mastered. They know there's no traffic jam on the extra mile. The certain way, they study, learn, and master the skills when? Before 9 a.m. in the morning, because it's too early to call people, and after 9 p.m. at night. That's what we do. That's the way to do it, so that 10 hours or 12 you're putting in your business. You got to put in some extra time. Let's be honest here. We're going to look somebody dead in the eye and tell them we can help them make 10, 20,000 a month. We need to know how to do it. We need to know how to teach them how to do it. So 80% on the main thing. This is part 4, the simple 6, which is part 4 is recruiting. Mike's great discovery and what made him a millionaire. He listened to what I was sharing with him, and he said, oh my gosh, and he started to notice every single person on the planet makes decisions exactly the same way. And if you don't know about the limbic system and the prefrontal cortex, and this is not deep science, then you're just playing, you're just gambling out there. You're gambling with your family and your future, and there's no reason to. So he abandoned what never really worked anyway. He learned and mastered recruiting, right? Folks, listen to me. We close at the beginning, not at the end. We close at the beginning, not at the end. The 3-step plan is the main thing, and the money in network marketing is at step 1. You're going to use a frame firelighter, and the most people skill, and better than 90% of the people will agree to look at your business with an open mind. That's not enough. We're then going to go into what we call HJ1 and 2. This is in the ABC, stands for always be collecting, not always be closing. Just keep collecting decisions. Don't worry about closing, because when you learn the hero journey skill set in here, which my wife and myself invented, okay, and it's right from Joseph Campbell, what we're doing is dropping the prospect in a story that they have been hearing every day of their life since they've been 3 or 4 years old and mom and dad started reading to them. It's known as the hero's journey. And every story, every movie, every play that's ever been written or produced has inside it this one simple story. And the prospect will put themselves in it because they're more likely to move forward with what's familiar. And Mike began closing after 2 weeks of studying and using and studying and using and improving. Study, he'd go use them, learn, improve, and use it. He began closing more than 80% of the people that he showed his business to, okay? So let me see if we can give you some social proof here. I don't know, Brendan, is it possible to unmute somebody? I don't know if I can. Let's see.
Yes, it is. When you click on Matt, well, actually, everybody can unmute themselves. All they have to do is unmute.
Okay, so why don't we take
So
Gerald?
if you
Yeah,
wanna
say Gerald Gardner. I don't know, Gerald. Gerald, can you unmute yourself, or Wayne? Oh, I see. Okay.
Whew, I thought it was me, but nope, it's not.
Who do I have here?
This is Albert Thomas.
Okay, Albert. So you're going to take over the class, and you're going to teach some people something. Okay.
Okay.
I'm saying. Okay. Have we had a conversation before?
No, we have not. It's a pleasure to meet you.
Where do you live?
I live in Puyallup, Washington.
Oh, beautiful. Okay. So here's the thing. First of all, you're going to prove to Larry and Wayne and Crypto Joe, you're going to prove to everybody that everybody is pre-sold on your business. And what's been happening is, until you learn how, you've actually been talking them out of it. Okay? Does that make sense?
Absolutely.
Okay. Do people want to make more money on their money or less money?
More money.
Okay. Do they want to have more time with the people they care about or less time?
More.
Do they want to pay less in taxes or more in taxes?
Less.
So if they're successful with you,
I
will
just
they
had to
make,
sit up for a second.
if they're successful with you, will they make more money on their money?
More money on their money. Show me the money.
Okay. Will they have more time with their family?
Absolutely.
Will they pay less in taxes?
Yes.
Okay. Which means what? They're pre-sold. They're pre-sold.
Absolutely.
And we're picking the wrong, if they're saying no to looking, we're picking the wrong words. This is what Mike learned right here. Okay. It took him a little while, about 2 weeks to master it. So have you ever been called by a telemarketer?
Yes.
How long does it take you to get off the phone? 20 or 30, 2 or 3 seconds.
I have fun with them, but yeah, if I just hang up if I don't want to be funny.
Great. Now let me ask you this. Did you make that decision before or after the telemarketer made the presentation?
I've made it already before they call tomorrow.
Okay. Now, have you ever been out with a friend or a sweetheart and you get a little hungry and you decide to pull over to a restaurant, right, that you've never been to before? Has that ever happened?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. And you walked into the restaurant and they gave you a menu. You read the menu, you ordered some food, you ate the food and paid your bill and left, right?
Yes, sir.
When did you make that? Did you know anything about the hygiene in the kitchen?
No, I did not.
Anything about the hygiene of the server?
Nope. Just
The
crossed my
source of
fingers.
the source of the food?
Nope.
You knew nothing. When did you
Nothing.
make that decision to eat in that restaurant?
Before I turned my car off.
Before you turned your car off. So your prospects, when are they going to make the decision to join KryptoGeneX? Before or after they see a presentation?
Before.
Man, you've been a great teacher. You've taught us two things. Everybody is pre-sold on the business, and we're just picking the wrong words and talking them out of it. And secondly, Before you show them a video marketing plan or bring them to a meeting, they've made their decision. Wayne, if you could mute yourself, you did awesome. You should be teaching this class, man. Okay. So
This is Albert, but yes.
Albert,
I'll
I'm
mute myself.
sorry. Thanks, Albert. So these are the recruiting skills that Mike learned. Rejection-free. More than 90% will agree to look with an open mind. The prospect will tell you the perfect closing sentence, actually word for word. Mike did things in a certain way. What did he do? He learned these skills. He practiced before 9 a.m. or after 9 p.m. He went out and used the skills, learned, asked questions. We have full-time people in there answering your questions. And I will run a skills call once a week, just a live Q&A on Tuesdays to answer your questions about, they said this, what do I say then? Okay, and then he did what? He did what winners do. He did things in a certain way. He repeated the cycle, improved, went out, used them again, practiced in the shower, practiced driving his car. I can show you how to get prospects. And, you know, we're all afraid of the question, well, what is it? The simple answer, let me give you something that works 100% of the time and they will demand a presentation right on the spot. That was a different experience for Mike. It certainly was a different experience for me. When people say, what is it? Just go like this. Say, well, look I can give you a presentation, but it would take like an entire minute. When do you think you can give me a full minute? And they're going to say right now. Now, what's happened in their subconscious mind is they have asked you for a presentation. Game over. They're in the business. All you need to do is learn a simple skill at that point, and basically that skill will help you not talk them out of it. I never showed a marketing plan after 1999. It's not necessary. It's not why they joined. This is what Michael mastered, and I'm here to help you do this. So it's all in the 3-step plan. And we just learned, did we not, that they're going to make the decision to join when, before. So the money's at step 1. At step 1, we do 3 little things. We strike interest. How do we do that? With a frame firelighter, we then sort with the hero journey skill set, and we book the follow-up. Folks, you just heard it from someone that I've never talked to. We close at the beginning, not at the end. They're making the decision before they see the business. It's step 2, the prospect reviews the information. Could be coffee shop, one-on-one, video, group presentation, Zoom, whatever. And then it's step 3, we do our job. Our job is to collect decisions. The objective of this business, most networkers don't know it, even ones making $20,000 a month. They don't even know they're leaving $40,000 a month on the table. The objective of the business is teams that build teams without you. You want to leverage a standardized system so you know the training that your team heard, okay? And you can keep the main thing while your people are being properly trained. The job of a distributor is to collect decisions. It's not to build relationships or check volume or some of these things we do, but we're doing them all for one reason, to collect decisions. The more decisions your team collects, the more money your team makes. And the more money your team makes, the more money you make and the more free time that you have. So we use John Wooden's rule. John Wooden did not build championship teams. He built championship people that created championship teams. Here's the deal. The more concerned we are about the things we cannot control, the less we'll do about the things we can control. At step 2, whether the prospect's going to review the information, I'm going to show you how to tip the scale in your favor, but that's the prospect's decision. At step 3, we can tip the scale in our favor, but it's the prospect's decision. Therefore, and we've already learned this in 3 different ways today, all the money is at step 1. They're making the decision before they look at the business. It's over if you know how to do it. And they're ready to buy and ready to join. And all you got to do is not talk them out of it. So the big money is at step 1. The more concerned we are about the things we can't control, which is 2 and 3, the less we'll do about the things we can't control. And Mike became a master at step 1. We're actually show you in Go 90 Grow, because I know for people to learn presentations is difficult. So I said, you know what? Let's get the prospect to present to us why they should join and how it would make them feel. And it's not about interrogating them with the stupid questions that we all learned years ago. And now, do you have 8 to 10 hours a week? Are you coachable? You know, all that stuff. No, it's a dialogue, an actual conversation with a human being. And when you learn how to have that and you understand what you have here with a standardized system, this becomes just like it did for Mike and like it did for everybody on my teams at 6 different companies. This is your monster recruiting tool, because a lot of leaders out there like myself, Brandon, there's a lot of leaders out there that are sick of the nonsense, and you got to have a standardized system so people get trained properly with things that actually work, that are respectful and transparent. We have that going for us. We're home, okay? This is a big attraction point for you guys. So let's review. Part 3 of the Simple 6, a written plan of action. We all know that failing to plan is planning to fail. How do you actually plan? It's got to be in writing. If it's not written, it's not true. Go through Module 101, and that will teach you, particularly in Video 5 called OATS. Schedule 80% of your time on the main thing. And Part 4 of the Simple 6 is recruiting. You'll learn how all people make decisions. So in the Frame Firelighter module and the Hero Journey module, you'll learn how to recruit rejection-free and get a yes 80% of the time when you're just starting with this stuff, to eventually virtually 100% of the time to looking. Now, some of the people say yes to looking. You're going to tell them, they're not right for the business, because you have so many people that are saying yes. You can start to hand select them. When do you study? Just like winners do. They do things in a certain way. Before 9 a.m. and after 9 p.m., don't use the training to hide. Keep the main thing, and learn the skills. And that wraps it up for me, Brandon. If there's something that you want to close here with, that would be great. Or if anybody has any questions, I don't know how you guys do this, but we'll learn.
Well, we're gonna close it right there, because we're 30 minutes in, and wanted to keep it short and sweet. There's nothing else I can add on top of the way you already broke it down.
Okay.
We want to emphasize that everybody's need to use the system and go through the system, and appreciate that you coming on and sharing with everybody. And anything else you want to say to close it out?
No, I'm just grateful to be here. I'm looking, I guess we're lining up here for a big event, and Mike's pretty excited about it, and I'm grateful for the opportunity to be of service here. I'll tell you, folks, I sold all my network marketing interests in 2010. It had to be special for me to come out of retirement, and you guys got something incredible here. Incredible. Let's do this. That's it.
Awesome. Well, thank you, Mark, and everybody else. Thank you for coming on here. This was recorded, so as soon as I get this uploaded, I'll send an email out to everybody. Go through the KCHI's training and dive right in. So thank you very much, Mark. Hey, good luck on your summit up there in Hawaii, and make sure you take some time out with your wife and enjoy Hawaii as well.
Absolutely. Peace be the journey, everybody. Mahalo.
Take care. Bye-bye.
Bye.
KryptoGeneX.